having the chance to play villain, I believe that she is quite far away from who I am in real life, and I've had a great chance to build a character from the beginning with Susanna, and she is a great listener, and it's been a really great adventure to do it with her. She is the person to work with. Really, it's a dream. I mean, it's impossible to keep your face straight when you're working with Kate, and getting to know her behind the scenes and getting to know the person that she is. I have huge respect for her, and I think the world of her. And it was, I think that she, in a way, showed me my real love for comedy, and I see now comedy in a whole new life and in a whole new light, and I'm so grateful for it. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. Yeah. It's a really special project because I feel like I found family on this project as well, and we've been keeping in touch this whole time, and I think that throughout my life and throughout their life, we're just going to be together, and I think that's a very special part of the film, and sometimes you don't get to feel that way on every project, and it's been a great time filming with them.
It's kind of fun. It's kind of like high stakes, low stakes spy. So it's not like I'm having to like carry a movie as a spy, with like a 6-month shoot, and commit to it for like a contract where I have to make 8 other movies as that spy. I think you know what I'm talking about. So it's kind of fun. You scratch the itch of being a spy, and then you're done. And so, and then also it's a comedy. So at a certain point, you're just having giggles on sets too. It's interesting. They're both completely different people. They're obviously very unique, but Mila's just kind of very all over the place, brash, sort of saucy, and Kate is kind of like almost studious about the way she approaches comedy. She's constantly scribbling on her script to make like different lines, funnier lines, whereas Mila's sort of more improvisational, if that makes any sense. It's hilarious. That's first and foremost. It's a riotously funny comedy and very unexpected and very hard-charging comedy. But likewise, it's got also really hard-charging action, which normally it's an action comedy. You kind of go like, well, I hope the comedy's great, and I'm sure they're going to phone in the action a little bit. This one doesn't do that at all. Like we had a stunt coordinator who was, from the Bond films and the Bourne movies, and he really went for broke, and him and Susanna put scenes together that were really incredible.
We shot the most in Budapest, so I would say that I think to me was the most fun because you got to really immerse yourself in Hungary.
Yeah, I did a lot of wild stuff in Budapest.
This one was trying to learn Hungarian, which let me tell you is one of the hardest languages I've ever encountered in my life.
And I did not learn it.
But you did don't let her tell you this. She actually did really good.
I didn't learn it. It's like, it's okay. Gosh, I tried every day, but I didn't do it. So real. I'm sorry. That's the way my friendships are. So grounded, so much support, so much laughter. Just someone who knows you so well for so many years. It's the spice of life. It's the most beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I loved it.
It was a very grounded relationship in a very fantastical world.
Gosh, it's like she was born to it. Really, she was like so calm and so collected the whole time, and she did a fantastic job, and I'm so proud of her. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you, my love. There's a scene that is all about Japanese food puns. I know it's simple. It's not necessarily the most highbrow humor. And yet to this day, I find teriyaki pretty funny. I do.
I will tell you everything I know. I play Kate McKinnon's father, and she calls home when she's in trouble, and Jane Curtin is her mother, and we are the worrying parents at home. And then it's really about a couple on the phone. That's what this movie is about. And then there's a lot of spy baloney, but it's really mainly Jane Curtin and me. That's to my eye. Nothing but fun. I had a very condensed little area. I didn't get to go to Europe. I didn't get the fun part. I got to go all the way to Los Angeles, from Los Angeles. But it's just, you read it and it's funny. You just know it's going to be funny. And then I haven't even seen it. Ask me in an hour, I will have seen it. But what I saw was just great and funny. And I love Kate and I love Mila. So I don't think there's anything bad, unless my little appearance brings the film to a grinding halt. That could happen. It actually, even before you said that, I was gonna say it is the perfect summer movie because it's actiony, but you don't have to take it seriously, and it's real people. So these real people that you can relate to thrown into an action movie.
Yeah, I think it's probably a bit of a dream come true to work with those girls. They are so fun. Individually, have done amazing work, and together they're the beautiful friendship. And then everyone else, so, Justin's incredible, so funny. Susanna really led from the front, great script, and I think it comes down to the script. The script was so funny when I first read it. I was laughing out loud, and I thought, I really want to do this. So, dream first big movie. Yeah. I would definitely say being serious is a lot harder than it looks. They're incredible. Every take was different. They're ridiculous together, and they really work well. So it was so fun to be part of that, and I enjoyed the stunts and the action as well. It was really cool. The first scene actually I shot was the big cafe scene. Basically, my character kind of goes a little overboard and ends up destroying the whole place. But it was a really fun sequence that we shot over about 3 days. And there's cake flying everywhere, and croissant and sticky buns. So what's not to like? It's the perfect summer movie because it is filled with action. There's something for everyone, and at the heart of it, we have two great comedians who have a beautiful friendship. And go on a road movie with these two girls. You won't regret it.
I've been telling friendship stories in TV and movies and plays, many unproduced, for years and years. And I think that I really wanted the opportunity to write something like that people would see on a larger scale. And I've always loved action movies, action adventure movies, spy movies as a consumer and viewer. So I wanted to combine that with my love for like a sort of a more nuanced story about female friends, which I feel like we haven't had enough of in our world. And every woman has like a best friend, and every man has a best friend. So I wanted to tell that story in this sort of more accessible framework, I think. I think that I'm a fan of action movies that have really thrilling action that still feels like clever and witty. I think sometimes, because action is by nature kind of violent, it's important to keep it feeling like entertaining in whatever way you can. So it's just about figuring out how to do that and keeping enough sort of humor in the situations that people feel like they can then transition into a comedy moment. So it's that. It's figuring out how to create witty action and grounded comedy, and so it feels like one movie, not like the whiplash of two different movies in one. So I don't know. I hope I've achieved that, but that was my intention anyway. It was great. I mean, I had known Kate. Kate had a small role in my first very small indie movie. And she's just like down-to-earth, warm, smart, wonderful person. And I met Mila for this movie and found her to be the same way. So you're kind of like a matchmaker when you're a director, because you have to like meet two strangers and decide whether they'd be a good match and have chemistry. And I sensed that they would, and they immediately fell in friend love like the minute we started. So yeah. I think it gives people an opportunity to go and have a European adventure with people they'd love to have as their best friends for 2 hours, which seems like a good way to spend a hot day. Hopefully that.